Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we have continued our machine learning project, student performance analysis. If you have not watched my previous video, first of all, watch my previous video. Okay, I just show you my. You have just go to my YouTube channel and find out the Kaggle project. And in Kaggle project, you have to find out. See, my net is slow. So okay, so you have to see Kaggle project student performance analysis part 1. Okay, so first of all, watch my part 1 video and then jump into the next video. Okay, so in this video we have checked the first of all the outliers. Okay, so in outliers I just plot the this plot. Okay, in this plot I just first of all define a figure size plt dot figure, and in figure size 16:5. Okay, and I just call the plt dot subplot, and in subplot first of all I define the first displot, then second displot, and then third displot. Okay, so first of all I just call the sns dot displot, and in displot first of all I just print the math score, then the reading score and the writing score. Okay, so I just define all the things: math score, reading score, and writing score. And you have to see in the math score, maximum score is between approx 45 to 80. 45 to 80. In the reading score, maximum score between approx 60 to 80, and the writing score, maximum score between 60 to 80. Okay, so you have to see in the uppercase 0.025. in the uppercase you have to see this is some of the outliers. Okay, so I just plot the displot sns dot displot in the math score as well as the reading score and the writing score. Okay, next thing I just plot the all the things like a math score, reading score, and the writing score in the mean, all the mean of the marks. Okay, so I just first of all I just define what is the population and simple. In population, you just a simple example like a think your mom cook chicken. Okay, so in chicken your mom makes lots of things like onion, chicken as well as masala and all the things, and then chicken is ready. Okay, so when chicken is ready, your mom tell me you Shivam, just check this chicken is everything is fine or no. Okay, so you have to check the only 1 spoon, not whole the chicken. So 1 spoon is the sample and the whole chicken is the population. Okay, so this is the sample and population. So in the our data set, I first of all I just define np dot random dot seed, and next I first of all I check the math score. Okay, so in math score I just define np dot random dot choice is equal to math score and size 100. Okay, so I just choose the 100 data. Okay, in the math score, and then I just print the sample of the mean and the population of the math score. Sorry, sample of the mean for the math score and the population of the math score. Okay, so I just call the dot mean function and I just plot. Second thing, same I just call the in the reading score. First of all I just call the np dot random dot choice, and in the reading score I just define the size equal to 100. Okay, so in size equal to 100 I just collect the 100 rows and I just check the mean. Okay, so this is the our sample reading marks mean, and this is our population reading marks. Okay, same thing I just plot the writing marks mean and the writing marks sample and population. Okay, so you have to see in the sample mean for math score is the 63.12. in the population mean for the math score is 66.089. so it's almost nearby, both are nearby. Okay, so same in the reading score is the mean is 68.5 and the reading score population is the 69.169. Okay, same thing in the writing score 63.12 and the population mean is the 68.054. Okay, so next check I just check the confidence interval for the math score. Okay, in the math score, the next for the reading score and the next for the writing score. So first of all, I show you the math score. So in the math score, I just first of all import the Spatie library, spatie.states as a stats function. Import math. Okay, this is the Spatie library and the math function. Okay, next I just choose the random value. Okay, np.random.shoot. I just choose the 10 random value and this define size, sample size is equal to thousands. Okay, in the thousands, our math score data set is just collect the thousands sample of the data. Okay, so first of all, I check the mean of our data set. Okay, then I just call the critical value. I just check the critical z critical. Okay, so I just define z critical is equal to stats from non dot ppf and q is equal to 0.95. Okay, so I just next I just print the critical value and the same thing we have checked the standard deviation and the margin of the error. Okay, so margin of the error formula is the z critical into population standard deviation divided by math square root of sample size. Okay, so you have to see our math score column in the z critical is the 1.64, this is good, and the confidence interval is the 64 and 68. Okay, and the true mean is equal to 66.089. Okay, in the reading score, same thing. I just this is our in the rating score 1.64 and the writing math score is the almost both are the same. Okay, in the confidence interval 66.75 and 69.27. It's almost same. Both are the almost same, guys. Okay. Next, true mean is equal to 69.169. Same thing. The writing score. Okay. First of all, I just define the sample size and the np.random.choice. I will just collect the sample of the thousands of data. Okay. And first of all, I just check the mean value and then print the critical, z critical, and the standard deviation as well as a margin of the error, and then the confidence interval. And then I just print all the things: confidence interval and the z critical and the true mean. Okay, so you have to see in the z critical our value is the 1.64 is the same, and the confidence interval 67 and 69, and the true mean is the 68.054. Okay, next I just plot the count plot in the parent level of the education column. In what is the parent education column, I just show you. You have to see parent education column is the bachelor degree, some colleges, master degree, associated degree. Okay, so I just plot this. Okay, so you have to see I just call the first of all I just define the figure size plt.subplot figure size is equal to 15 is to 5, and then I just call sns.count plot function, and x is equal to our column's name, parent level of the education, and the data is equal to data, and I just define hue is equal to test preparation course. Why I just define hue is equal to test preparation course? You have to see test preparation course is none and completed. Who have completed the course, this is the red color, and who have not completed the course, this is the blue color. Okay, so you have to see in the bachelor degree most of the students who have not completed our bachelor degree. In the some colleges also there are lots of students who have not completed the bachelor degree, and the same thing the master association degree, high school, and as well as the high school. Okay, so this is our graph guide. I just call the count plot and define the x column and the data, and the hue is equal to test preparation course. Okay, and this is the flat is equal to our color size, guys. Sorry, a color name dark. Okay, next same thing I just call the another column race intensity. In the race intensity column you have to see this is the group A, group B, group C, group D, and group A. Okay, this is the basis of a student perform a marks. Okay, so I just call the count plot x is equal to our column name, and the data is equal to data, and here is equal to test preparation course. Okay, who have completed the test and who have not completed the test. Okay, so same thing, there are lots of students in group B who have not completed the test in the same thing, the C, A, D and E. Okay, so next I just check the how many students who have passed in the maths and the fail in the maths paper. Okay, so first of all I just define the pass marks is equal to 40. Okay, pass marks is equal to 40, and I just create a new column, data dot pass math. Okay, and np dot where math score is the less than pass marks. Pass marks means our math score is less than 40. Okay, first of all I just create a one column where can I define a np dot where data math score less than pass marks. If less than pass marks then fail, and the greater than pass marks then pass. Okay, so I just run this function. You have to see there are lots of people who have the pass in the math score, and some people belong to the who have failed the math score. Okay, next same thing for the reading score. Okay, in the reading score there are only some people, approx 2 or 3 people who have failed in the reading score paper, and the same thing I just call the writing score. Okay, this is the same thing, guys, and the same passing score is the 40. All the parts are the passing score is the 40, guys. Okay, so next I just collect the sorry I just check the total score of the each of the student, guys. Okay, check the total score of the all the student. Okay, so first of all I just call the plt dot subplot function where can I define the figure size, and I just create a one column total score, and total score I just added all the score like a math score, reading score and the writing score. Okay, I just create a first of all total score column where can I add all the score column. Okay, next thing I just normalize the total score column and I just plot the bar plot. Okay, I just call the bar plot, and color is equal to sign and figure size is equal to 40:8, and I just define the title is equal to comparison of total score of all the student and X level and Y level. You have to see there are lots of students who have scored the 204 marks, approx 14 plus student who have scored the 204 marks. All the students are below. Okay, next thing I just first of all check the comparison of the percentage score of all the student. Okay, so I just call from math function import star. Okay, I just import the math function. Okay, and check the create a one column percentage. Okay, data percentage, create a percentage and divided by 3 equal to total score divided by 3. Okay, and I just call the for I in range where 0 to 1000. Okay, 0 to 1000 in the percentage cell data is equal to percentage I. Okay, and I just normalize the percentage column and the plot the bar plot. Okay, next thing I just define the title X level and Y level. Okay, and you have to see there are 35 plus students who have scored the 69 percentage, belong to the 69 percentage, and approx 33 students who have scored the 66%, and all the students are same thing. Okay, approx 15 plus students who have scored the 84% marks. Okay, you have to see. Next thing, we have checked the overall results in the our all the data set, how many students are passed and how many students are failed. Okay, so first of all I just create a one column name as a status, and I just apply the lambda function. If the student is pass, okay, So I just call the lambda function where define x fail if x is create a pass math function where is equal to fail or the pass is reading is equal to fail or the pass is writing is equal to fail, else where pass. Okay, same thing. I just call the normalize first of all and the plot the bar plot, and you have to see approx 800 plus student pass in the exam and approx few of the students who have failed in the exam, approx 20 or 25 students who have only a fail in that, but lots of students pass in the exam guys. Okay, so that's all about in this video guys. If you have any doubt, please write in the comment section. Okay, so that's all about in this video guys. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.